Hello, I'm going to demonstrate the punch-in ability of the time clock system. For anybody to punch in, whether it be full-time staff or student, they go to the same page. Here I'm going to my local machine where I have it installed. Normally this would be a location that you have on your network. The address 8080 simply means it's not on the default port. In your system it might be set to the default port. The main thing here is to go to the punch-in page. So let's hit that. There's the punch-in. When I get here, what I do is I type my school ID. In the case of Power Campus, which is what we use here, it's a 9-digit number. So I'm going to type my 9-digit number. And at that point, it tells me that I can clock in, I can clock out, or I can cancel this operation entirely. Under the job code, I'm listed under technology. Whatever the student has been set up to work in, that's what will show down in this drop-down list, and it can be more than one thing. He can work simultaneously in more than one department. He can't punch in simultaneously, but he can be set up to work simultaneously in more than one department. And down at the bottom, it's got all the hours so far that I've worked for this pay period. And since I haven't worked anything, it's just an empty list. All you can see here is the header. And so I am going to clock in. And I get this message that says my clock in was successful. And if I go back into there, again by typing in my number, I would be able to clock out now. And now it has some information down here at the bottom. It shows that I have punched in normally for a total of 0 hours so far, since I haven't punched out yet. And my hours have not been approved. There's my job. There's the day I punched in, which is today. I've clocked in at right around 6 o'clock p.m. Haven't clocked out yet. And I've worked 0 hours. So if I try to clock in again, I'm currently clocked in. If I try to clock in again, it tells me that I can't clock in because I'm already clocked in. But I can clock out. So let's do that. Once again, I'm going to go in there just to see what the bottom looks like. Type my number wrong. 9:30. Okay, there I am again. I've clocked out. I clocked out last time I was in here. So it says I've worked about 0.01 hours. And I clocked out exactly at 6 o'clock. And again, there's my total for this day, which is 0.01 hours. And it hasn't been approved. Now, I'm not clocked in to any job currently, so if I try to clock out, again, I get the same error message that you are not clocked in. So, it specifies the job out here to, because as I said earlier, this person can work more than one job, and that makes it clear which job I'm currently punched into, so you can go to that job and punch out. One of the things that was added to this is if you forget to punch out and then you punch out, it could give you credit for 5 days. So this program is now written to chop that off so that the maximum you can have for any punch-in time is 24 hours, 1 day's worth. And that's about it for this screen. I'm just going to cancel out of here. I would be able to clock in now since I'm not clocked into any job, but for this purpose of this demo, I'm just going to cancel right here, and that's about it. It's a very simple system. There's no security on this, so you could type anybody's people ID here and go in there and punch in for them. That was kind of debated a little bit here, but we decided that a time clock system doesn't have any security, and there's nothing secure about how many hours you've worked, so this is at least as secure as a traditional punch-in system. To add security, it would not be that difficult. It's just a configuration file. You just add the punch.html file underneath the security in that configuration, and all of a sudden you would have to log in to use this page. So that's it for the punch-in screen.